Hello everyone, welcome to you all. I hope you're doing well and in a good mood. In this lesson, right after downloading AutoCAD, we will take a look at the interface, see what commands are available, what settings there are, and where everything is located. When we first open AutoCAD, we see a screen like this. On the left side, you can see New and Open. With New, you can open a new file and start working on it. With Open, you can reopen a file you've worked on before and continue editing it. In the middle, under Recent, you can see the files you've opened recently. Let's open a new file by clicking New. You can zoom in and out by scrolling the mouse wheel back and forth. Now, let's quickly check out the tabs in the interface. At the top, there are tabs like Draw, Modify, and Annotation. Each tab contains commands and settings related to that section. For example, in the Draw tab, you have commands like Line, Polyline, Circle. In the Modify tab, there are commands like Move, Copy. The Annotation tab includes dimensioning and text commands. Since Layer deals with layers, it contains layer-related settings. The Block tab includes commands for creating blocks. There are also other tabs with different settings, like Properties and Group. Look, there is a bar at the top that we call Quick Access Toolbar, which means Quick Access Bar. More precisely, it is not a bar. There are commands here that we use frequently. There are sections, such as opening a new file, or reopening and saving the work we have already opened. Look, there is a little arrow here. Let's click here once with the left button of our mouse. For example, when I click on Layer, look, here is the Layer bar. Or when I click on Match Properties here, look, here is the Match Properties tab. Let's click on Layer again. See, here the layer is gone. Let's click on Match Properties. It's gone too. Or you can remove the others like this. Or, to add commands that are not here, look, there are more commands below. Let's click there once. From here, you can hold down the command you want with the left mouse button and pull it like this and add it here. For example, you can add a line from here by holding down the left mouse button and pulling it up to here, and when you release it here, you can add it here. Okay, you can remove them from here by pressing the right mouse button once. Remove from Quick Access Toolbar. Now that we have finished the Quick Access Toolbar, let's examine the part at the bottom right of the screen. This is also like the Quick Access Toolbar. It is the place for the commands and modes we often use. For example, you can turn off the grid by pressing the grid sign here. Or you can press the shortcut F7. I pressed F7, I turned it on. I pressed F7, I turned it off. Let's turn it on again. Right next to the grids, look, there are Polar Snap and Grid Snap. Polar Snap is the snaps we normally use. And Grid Snap, for example, captures the grids you see right now when you are drawing. Let's get a little closer. Look, from here to here. If you activate Grid Snap, you will notice the sticking there. Let's say the distance of the grids here is as it is right now. Here is 10 units. You can make drawings like that. Then, look at the snap settings in the same place. There are snap settings on the left side and grid settings on the right side right now. Or in modes such as Polar Tracking, Object Snap, we will open this window and make settings here. We are not going into these in detail right now. We can open those windows and use them when the time comes. Look, there is the Auto mode. It allows us to draw straight lines. For example, when you are currently drawing at an angle, when you activate it here, press the left mouse button once and release it. When you enter the drawing command again, look, it just draws straight. It does not give a different angle other than that. We will use Ortho mode often in our drawings. Let's deactivate it right now. Right next to this is Polar Tracking. There is a little arrow right next to it. Let's click there. There are angle measurements that we can use. For example, when I'm drawing a normal drawing right now, there is no sign. But if you activate Polar Tracking from here, look, a green line appeared at 15 degrees. In the same way, it goes like 30, 45, 60, 75, 90. This is also related to the selection we make here. For example, if you select 18, 36, 18, 36, the increase in angle values, not length. See below, it says 45 degrees. Now it's 90 degrees, 135 degrees, 180 degrees. Or you can click on Tracking Settings in this window. There is 45 degrees. If we make 45 degrees here, for example 2, okay? Let's look here again. Look, none of these are active right now. Why is that? Because the option to increase by 2 degrees that we just added was available. Right now, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. At 2 degrees each, this green mark appears. So we can say that we are provided with ease of drawing in this way. When we hover over it and stop for a while, it says Polar Tracking, F10. So the shortcut is F10. You can activate or deactivate it by pressing the F10 key. Right next to this is the part we use in isometric drawings. For example, when I activated this, look, the background changed. Every time I press F5, there are 3 modes. Look, we are looking from the top, we are looking from the right side, and we are looking from the left side. Let's deactivate this again. Look, there are object snap tracking and object snap modes right next to this. Look, it says object snap tracking. It can also pass as auto snap. Next to it is object snap. The shortcut for this is F3. When we click on the arrow next to this, we will examine them separately in a different lesson. On the side of this, look, there is a sign showing the thicknesses. For example, I have a line like this and let its thickness be 0.30. Look, the thickness is not clear right now. When I activated this from below, this is how the thickness of my line appeared. Let's close it again. You don't need to do anything I have done on the screen right now. We will already see all of these in our upcoming lessons. Then there is the annotation section here. When we click on the arrow here, there are some scales used when drawing. If you want to add something here, or if you want to remove something here, you can click on customization. Look, there are 3 lines here. When you click there, the ones that are currently open here have a sign next to them. If the side is empty, it means it is not here at the moment. Look, I selected units. There is a sign next to it and also the unit option down below. Let's click on customization again. Let's close units here. After seeing the bottom right part, look at the bottom left. There is model, layout 1, layout 2. The model is the drawing screen we are using right now. Layout 1 and layout 2 are the parts we use when printing and so on. Also look, there is a command line. You can enter any command from here by clicking here. For example, when I typed L, the commands related to L came out. There are options like line, layer, label, or when you enter any command, I pressed A, I pressed space, I entered the arc command. See below, there are options related to the arc command. We can make it a little bit bigger and smaller. Look, we can pull it from the right side like this and shorten it. I grabbed it with the left mouse button. Or if you want to close it, you can close it by pressing the cross there. I brought back the command line. Or let's say you forgot the shortcut. You know what this is? Command line. When you type the command, I typed command line comes up. I press space or enter. I open the command line again. Then look, at the top right, there is a cube called view cube. It allows us to switch between views. Right now, we are in the top view. Hold down here with the left mouse button, then scroll like this. You can change the views like this. For example, when I did front from here, I switched to front view. Or when I did left from here, I switched to left view. Or by pressing the arrows here. See, I clicked here once and released it. I switched to back view. There is a navigation bar under the view cube. For example, there's the pan operation. When you select that, look, a hand sign appears. You can hold down the left mouse button and scroll the screen like this. Or there is a zoom sign here. There is an arrow under zoom. Let's click there. There are several different zooming features such as zoom window, zoom previous, or there is an orbit option under zoom. We will use the orbit in 3 dimensions. We will cover it in more detail there. We don't usually use it, but you can use it when you want to. Why don't we use the navigation bar? Because of this, for example, what was that pan over there? Scroll like this. You can also scroll the screen like this by holding down the scroll wheel. Hold down the scroll wheel and move the mouse like this. When you release it, you scroll the screen. In the same way like pan, we don't use the zoom here. You can zoom in and out by moving the scroll wheel back and forth. Or let's say there are drawings on the screen. For example, let's say there's a drawing here. You are very far away and you can't see the drawings. When you double click the scroll wheel, it fits all the drawings to the screen. So we don't use the navigation bar here because the scroll wheel is usually more useful for us. You will not have those marks on the side of the screen. I have it now because it's a plugin. You even know this plugin. I will also create a course for this plugin soon. So friends, this is enough for this lesson. See you in our next lesson.